Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you are ready for our brand new easy everyday makeup tutorial. How's January going? It's going pretty good. It is definitely a lot less hectic than it was during the holidays. I know I am back on my New Year's resolutions to try to get up earlier in the morning to actually put effort into how I look. It's going a little bit. So that's why I've created this easy everyday makeup tutorial. Now, I personally don't wear makeup every single day. I come to the office, I'm really there to work, but sometimes you need to be a little bit more polished. The boss is going to be in, you have a big meeting, or you're going out to lunch with friends, or just for some reason you want to feel a little extra glam and fabulous. So I created this easy look. Now this video is probably going to be longer than 10 minutes, but if I were doing this at home, I'd say it'd take me about 10 minutes to do every basic step here. Now I do have a few exciting things to tell you all. If you noticed, slightly before Christmas, some new products dropped in store and I cannot wait to use them today. We have our brand new eyeshadow brush. Now, you heard me talking about this in the December tutorial. If you saw that, if not, click on the link below. But I absolutely am in love with this brush. It is big, it does have a nice dome, it is super soft, super flexible. It's really great for blending out your crease. We also have a new concealer brush. It is a little bit different in design. It does have a nice sleek kind of all black appearance. It's got a small compact dome right there. I still love this for actually patting color in, making sure everything is super pigmented. There's a lot of payout, and also obviously the actual concealer, what the brush is made for. And going into your dark inner corners. We have 4 new eyeshadows that just dropped. I will be using Moss Green today. It's one of my favorites. It's a nice green kind of with a gold sparkle in there. And we also have something you all have been waiting for. Mascara! So we've actually been going around to a lot of shows all over the country to kind of get personal one-on-one feedback from you all to make sure that we have products you actually want. Our products are working well for you. The response has been great. I know Carol's been really excited about meeting all of you. But one thing we've noticed is that everybody's looking for a nice gluten-free mascara because it's going right near your eye. You don't want any allergens in there to make your eyes puffy or red or irritated. And we've been testing these out. A few people got to try these early and I absolutely love it. When it came in, I was like, oh, from the heavens, we are not worthy, but we are because we're fabulous. So this is a black mascara. It is water resistant. It has minerals in there. One slight thing, it does have parabens, and that's to ensure the quality of the mascara itself, to make sure it's nice and clean and fresh and ready for you to use whenever you like. But this is the only product to have parabens in it, and it has as few parabens as we could possibly make in the formula. So without further ado, here we go. First things first, I did not get enough sleep last night, but what else is new? So I'm going to go in with our yellow concealer as well as our brand new concealer brush. This is a little bit different from our old concealer brush. It is all black, so it has a sleeker design. It's also a little bit smaller to really help get into those corners, the little nitty gritty. So I'm just gonna go in, take a little bit on the brush to the lid, make sure that it's packed on the brush quite well. And starting in with the darkest part of my eye to really cover up those dark circles. Okay, and then after I go in with the yellow concealer, I am of course going to do a layer of foundation. Now we do want to be polished for the day, so it's really going to help even out any redness and any discoloration while still letting our actual skin shine through. I will say I've been using a new cleanser oil that I'm absolutely in love with. It has squalene in it, which has been really great for my face. It helps keep it hydrated without going overboard, without feeling oily during the day. And I do have sensitive, kind of normal skin. So if you have naturally oily skin, I would maybe take a look at it. I know it sounds weird using a cleansing oil to help regulate oily skin, but if your skin gets trained, oh hey, we're already feeding it all this wonderful oil. Why do I need to produce so much? You know, it might just work for you. Let's tap that in. Then starting from the center, working our way out. Covering up all of those red cheeks. Nice, soft, even, circular motions. Okay, and then next we're going to kind of warm up our face a little bit. Now, I don't want to go in and do all the steps with like contouring and putting in like carving our face out. So I'm actually just going to use a blush as well as an angled blush brush. I'm going in today with Satin Rose. It's got a nice kind of pinky tint while still having the cool undertones that you're really looking for. Take a little bit on my brush, just a little bit. Knock the excess off. And then swirling that around in the lid to make sure it's evenly distributed throughout the brush. Okay. Again, from the edge, we're going to work from the apples of our cheeks outward. Remember to smile. And then I'm going to go in and just do a little bit on my temples and then dusting it along my chin. A little goes a long way, so you really don't need to load your brush up too much. Very nice all over glow. Okay. I'm going to go back in and kind of make sure everything is really well blended by adding a little bit more to my foundation. Just whatever's, you know, left on my brush. We're going to go into our eyes using our brand new eyeshadow brush, which I was so happy when this finally came in, when we got the box in. It is amazing. Now you know that we've been using our concealer brushes as eyeshadow brushes. They work really well for patting on color. However, they're not exactly the best for blending. So you can see right now the size difference. This is our new concealer brush. This is our new eyeshadow brush. I really still like the concealer for patting color on, making sure that it has, you know, high color payoff. It looks really bright and vibrant. But I love this brush for going into the crease, for really blending things out. It's got a large domed brush and it's also so soft to the touch. I absolutely love it. So first things first, we're going to go in with Natural Glow onto our lid just to help brighten everything up. Say, hello world, I'm here, I'm gorgeous, I'm fabulous, and I'm still me. I'm going to start off with at the center of our eye and just kind of pat it on, a little bit too much, and then rub it in. Put a little bit up on our brow bone, make that pop. There we go. Go on the other side, use up that excess product. Okay. Okay, so now I'm blending in Chocolate Rose into the crease just to help deepen those shadows. I did do my eyebrows off camera. I say off camera because the camera turned off, but that is okay. We just groomed them a little bit, used a little bit of Chocolate Rose to fill them in, and I'm going in with that same color into my crease. Okay, now am going to make my lids pop in just a minute. Now we did get in 4 brand new eyeshadows just before Christmas. They look absolutely amazing, but my favorite right now, I love playing with it, is the Moss eyeshadow. Now it has some gold sparkles in the actual color, so it really helps brighten those eyes. This will be fantastic for people with blue eyes, green eyes, hazel eyes, brown eyes, all eyes. So I'm actually gonna go in with our concealer brush because it is thinner, more tapered, with just a little bit of the powder, and a little bit goes a long way, trust me. So we're taking our lid, make sure it's evenly distributed, as always. Starting from the outer corner, working our way maybe about halfway across the lash line. I'm just gonna kind of pat that in. If you have some fallout right here, don't worry about that. We're gonna brush it away in a minute. Yeah, just a little bit right there. A little bit underneath the eye. I like using things that aren't green as eyeliner because it's softer. It's not quite as dramatic, but it still gives that fun pop of color. Just gonna wipe that excess away. Kind of bring this a little bit out to make my eyes look bigger and more cat-like. There we go. Another thing I love about this green is, even though it's called moss green, it almost reminds me of like a mermaid, kind of shimmery, like her tail floating through the water, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm just gonna do this side real quick. Time and there we go. Bam! Okay, so I'm just gonna wipe that little bit of excess off. Like I said, I'm gonna go back in with Naked Glow and just really make sure the high points of my eyes are looking fresh. So just a little bit right there. Make sure that's blended. And the inner corners. Okay, eyes are almost done, but I have big news for you all. We have been going to shows all over the country showing off our makeup, and one of the things that we have been testing out has been a gluten-free mineral mascara, and I am proud to say it is finally here. Right here in my hands right now, if it's not upside down, in my hands is our brand new Beauté mascara. Now, one slight disclaimer, this does have parabens in it. Parabens are necessary to make sure that your mascara stays clean and free of any germs and microbes. You know, this is stuff that's going right next to your eye, and that's the last place you want an infection. So this is one of the few products we try to use as few as possible, as little parabens as possible, but it does help give you everything that you really need out of a mascara, as well as keeping it clean and safe to use until it's about time for another one. Now, you should replace your mascara about every 6 to 8 months, but if we didn't have parabens in it, you'd be replacing your mascara like every week, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just gonna take this, watch it, watch it, watch it. Oh, hallelujah. Okay, so I'm just gonna take that. Now, one of my favorite tricks with mascara, and I learned this a long time ago when I started performing, is to take your brush, go go halfway through, and then as you're pulling, rather than pulling it straight out, you're actually going to take it and roll it in a little bit to make sure you get all the way into your lash line. After you do that, go about halfway through, start brushing it through, and then start doing just the edge, just the tips of your lashes to really make them long and boom, bright, vibrant. And then to do your bottom, you just go very lightly with a zigzagging motion to get all those tiny fine hairs. I just kind of use my fingers to make sure everything is nice and lifted. We go in, this is Essential Eyelash Curler. It costs so little to just have this tool, use it every day, and just gently kind of make sure they are curled and living their best life. So this is our brand new mascara. I love it. You can see how long my lashes are looking. I'm already looking so much more awake. Now this is in black. It is a very dark black. It is water resistant, but one of the things I love about this is even though it gives me all this volume and all this length, it doesn't hurt my lashes the way that a lot of traditional drugstore mascara does. It doesn't really clump together nearly as much. It feels very lightweight. I've already worn it a couple times, and every single time I go to take my makeup off, you know, it just kind of wipes away with my cleansing oil. So it's not breaking my lashes, it's not tearing them down, it's helping to make sure I stay as wonderfully, beautifully, naturally me as possible. So thank God that we finally got this stuff. I know y'all have been asking for it, and it is here. Okay, next to last, we're gonna go back in with our highlight, one of my favorite parts. This really helps me feel glowy and awake every single day. It adds a nice, like, healthy shine to my face. I really couldn't live without it, and you can use highlighter pretty much everywhere. It's absolutely great. I'm actually gonna go in with our eyeshadow brush, knock off some of the excess, because I really want to get this in a nice controlled area. It's gonna make it shine right here along my cheekbone. Make sure that shines, go a little bit above along my temple, down my nose, go to the other side. Stay a little bit on the edge of my finger and kind of make sure I am glowing right here on my nose, a little bit along here. Blend that in. Here my Cupid's bow. And last but not least, if I'm really going for a polished look, I always make sure that I use a nice colorful lipstick. And if y'all know me, my favorite lipstick by far is number 698 in Sweetheart. It's got a nice, like, half pinky, half red. It is neutral toned. And one of the tricks I really love, if you don't have time to make sure your lines are especially crisp, or you don't have time, or you don't really want to wear a full lip, I just take this and go right on the inside of my lips, just kind of in a dabbing motion, get a little bit of the pigment on there. And then using my finger, kind of just rub it around. Okay guys, so that is it. This is our everyday kind of easy polished mineral makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed it, learned a lot. I really hope you loved our new brushes as well as mascara as much as I did. I am feeling fresh, fabulous, flawless, ready to take on the day. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your month. I will see you again in February with our romantic date night look. Bye everyone.